Hey guys, watching Volgar's videos. This is a quick video review on the Casio Xylem EX Z1080 digital camera. Does it show up in the light? Yeah, there we go. There's the box. I believe I have. I didn't make a video when I got this camera, but just in case you didn't see that, let's run through it really quick. It's got warranty paper. Stop if you have difficulty with your Casio camera. Do not bring back to the store. Call them. It only works if you have the receipt. Yeah. Accessories. Quick start guide. Basically, how to plug in your battery and how to charge it. How to take pictures if you're a complete moron or old person. Safety precautions, like don't drop it, don't be a complete idiot. And we also got right here warranty certificate. And here's the owner's manual in like 50 different languages. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'd be 20, 30, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, that'd be 30. 16, 17, 18, 19. That's a lot of languages right there. And only about this much is in English, so it's not really that much in detail. And then you got the pointless disc software, and last but not least, the camera. Okay, I got this camera a couple, I guess I'll say a month ago, a little more than a month ago, something like that, for $60, which at the time I thought was an alright deal at a pawn shop. They wanted 70, but I, jewed them down to 60. I tried 50, but they're like, gave me a spiel like, oh, if we sell it to you for 50, we won't make any money off them. Like, I don't care. I just want the camera. Don't give me this spiel. I know if you sell for less, you'll be making less money. Duh. Anyways, so I got the camera, and unfortunately, it does not work now. I just wanted to make this review before I sell it on eBay or something else happens to it. Let's go with the pros first. Pros. First off, it's very small and compact. It's not the easiest camera I've had to use, but at the same time, it's not difficult to figure out. Like, on my Canons I've used, there's a little slider right here, and you go up for camera and down for preview. On this camera, you have a button for preview, there we go, a button for preview, and then a button for camera. Now, if you hold down that camera button, I don't think it goes into video mode. You have to hold down BS for best shot, and then it will give you a selection of options for what you want to do. And there's YouTube, which has a low resolution, and if you use the YouTube mode for videos, they'll come out not very good. So you put it on video mode, and you can choose like 3 different settings. There's like 920p, and that's pretty good. That's almost high definition. In fact, I would count that as high definition because it's widescreen. And then there's 640, and then there's 320, I believe. And for videos, it was pretty good. Did not have autofocus like a camcorder, like the camera I'm using, the Canon FS300, FS300, and has 10.1 megapixels. Took pretty good pictures, but it didn't take as good up close shots, like for macro mode, as my Canon A2000 camera, or I don't think my Canon A2, what was it? A540, yeah, that one. But it did take pretty good pictures. Let's see, so what was the other good things? It came with the charger, which is good because it'd suck if it didn't come with the charger and you had to plug it to your USB, you know, to a computer. That'd suck, because if you're on the go and you don't bring your computer with you, if you go somewhere that doesn't have a computer, that'd be an issue. So it does come with the charger. It came with everything except for the video cable, which, you know, big deal. Actually, I don't know if there was a video cable. There probably was, but it also didn't come with a USB cord, which I thought was kind of weird. I don't know if most cameras do or don't. Actually, I think it was supposed to, because it's not a standard USB. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not a standard USB 2.0. It's slightly different, which is dumb. There should be a law that any USB cord is the same. Yeah, anyway, so it had good flash control, like you can adjust if you want red eye or to come on full. Lots of different modes for capturing pictures. Right here to zoom in. Let's see, it's got focal length f equals 7.9 to 7.3 or 23.7 millimeter, 1 to 2.8 to 5.1, whatever that means. Right there, hopefully you can read that. One thing I didn't really realize when I got this camera was going back to 3 times optical zoom. I have never had a camera with 3 times optical zoom from the start. My first camera, which wasn't really mine, it was like the family camera that I got to use quite a bit, that had 5 times optical, 5 times digital. And then when that one broke and I bought my own camera, the Canon A540, that one had 4 times optical. So going back to this, that camera's already 4 years old at least, or 3 or whatever, 6 years old probably now. It is quite a step back going from such a great zoom span to only 3. So that was its biggest drawback, was the zoom. I mean, but that's, you know, that's not the camera's fault. That's my fault for not remembering, you know, that's my choice for choosing the low zoom. But the 10.1 megapixel, the pictures did look pretty good. If I can dig some up and put them on like Photobook or something, I'm not going to put it in this video. Or I don't know, probably not. But anyways, I think I've gone over all the goods. Actually, there was a couple other adjustments you could do with the zoom, or not the zoom, the focus. You can make it AF or some type of autofocus. It didn't quite work right. I don't know. I was still learning the camera. And the last thing was standard focus. I think there's like 3 different modes for focus. The reason why I can't show you any of this is because it broke. My SD card I put in there was a SanDisk, and I thought I was putting it in there the right way, but maybe I wasn't. Like, the little graphic in there isn't very detailed. It doesn't show you where the corner is on the SD card. And I turned it around and put it in that way, and it didn't seem to want to go in there either. And I think the SD card was starting to strip apart as I put it in there. And then as I took it out, it would turn on, but it wouldn't read the SD card. Well, then I was being a complete retard, and I was trying to get the contacts to move, and I moved the contacts, and then when I was doing that, I made it so the battery wouldn't even make contact. So now this camera looks like brand spanking new. See, I mean, it's very lightly used. When I got it, it looked like brand new, but now it won't even turn on. So let's get to the minuses. In case I didn't cover them, like I said, only 3 times optical zoom is kind of low in this day and age. I mean, even though it's a 2008 or not, 2008 or 7, whatever it is, it's 3 times zoom is still pretty antique. The video, you could, when you zoomed in on video mode, just like on my Canons, when you zoom in recording video, it zooms in with digital zoom. In order to zoom in with optical zoom, you have to zoom in beforehand and then hit record. It's not a big deal, but it's just something to keep note of. The big annoyance I had was to always hit best shot, choose video, and then hit record every time I want to do video. That was really annoying, but it's not a big deal. It's just something you gotta get used to. I gotta say the biggest drawback with this camera is that the built-in, or I won't want to say built-in because that sounds like it's not removable, but the battery is a lithium-ion rechargeable 3.7 volt 1300 millihour whatever mAh. Can you read that? There you go. I was thinking that this battery would get better battery life than either one of my Canons using rechargeable AA's, which it doesn't. After about a day and a half of using this, it got to the final bar and it was flickering low battery. So I'm like, what the heck? I thought lithium-ion was supposed to last longer than whatever they're called, rechargeable, you know, standard rechargeable AA batteries. So I was kind of let down on that. Like, at the end of the day, I'd basically have to charge it, otherwise I didn't know how much longer I'd get the next day. So the battery life seemed like to be maybe 15 hours. And that might not be a big deal to you, but with my other 2 Canons, my 4, 5, 6, whatever year old Canon A540, using 2 rechargeable AA batteries would last about a month of constant pictures and video. My Canon A2000 would last even longer, taking pictures and even high quality 640x480 videos. It would last about a month on average, before recharging my batteries. This, I didn't even have the camera for a month. I had to recharge it like every other day. So, and I don't think the battery's getting old, because, you know, this camera looks like it was barely used. So I don't know. If you're thinking about getting this camera for like going on trips, and because that's what I was getting for, going a trip, but my trip was just like an hour, so it wasn't really a big deal. But if you're getting this camera for like camping or like, you know, a lot of trips, long distance, it's probably not the best idea, because if you take a lot of video and a lot of pictures, it's only going to last you, I want to say, 15 hours tops. I mean, if you're lucky, because after 2 days of not even constant use, but kind of constant use, or maybe it was a day and a half, it was down pretty quick. So I was kind of surprised when that happened. But yeah, that was my review on the Canon Xylem, not Canon, Casio. I was pleasantly pleased with the Casio when it worked. I gotta say, just be careful of what SD card you put in there, because it might be the last SD card you put in there. I would suggest don't get a SanDisk anymore, because I had 2 SanDisks, and that day I had my 32GB SD card crap out of me. I put it in my computer. I was gonna take videos off of it and pictures, and then I was gonna put it back in my camera, and it said no. It said SD card locked. I'm like, what the heck? It's not locked. I put it back in the computer, and it said you need to format this memory card. I went back and forth, thinking, oh my god, what is this? And then sometimes it might say you need to format your SD card, but it fixes itself. Well, it didn't fix itself, so it's dead. And then this one, or the one that's in this one, is 2 gig. That was for mostly pictures, not just for video. That one was just peeling apart, and I don't know how old that SD card was, but I got a Transcend now, So hopefully it'll be better. And this one has a lifetime warranty. So if anything goes wrong, I can send it back. So if there's anything to take away from this video, don't get SanDisk, get Transcend. If you're getting this camera for, oh, there's a bug in there. If you're getting this camera for travel, you might want to think about it because the battery life isn't really that hot. And if you want a car charger, that costs extra. In my opinion, it's not really worth having a built-in rechargeable battery. You can get a 4-pack of rechargeable batteries at like any Walmart for like $10, and then you have 4 rechargeables. You can charge 2, you know, and then when we're done, or you can charge 4, and then when they're done, you can charge or you can use 2 when they're dead, pop in 2 more, and you know you're good to go. You're set. And if those die, you know, always run down to any market, you know, convenience, drugstore, whatever. Go dig in somebody's junk drawer and dig out 2 more AA's. Unlike this, if my battery's dead, I'd be screwed because I didn't have a charger to go with it. This is the closest thing I had to a charger. It does not plug straight into the camera, which is a good and bad thing. Good thing is you can have a camera or battery in your camera while it's charging. Bad thing is you have to have your battery out of your camera to charge. I kind of prefer if it had both. If it had a cable to the camera so I could charge 2 batteries at once if I had 2 batteries. But I didn't, and I didn't have it long enough to do that. Oh, another thing I want to mention that's a con. Not only does the battery life not really impress me, but the charge time was kind of long. It was like over an hour. It was like about 2 hours to charge this little lithium-ion battery. When I have a 10-minute charger that charges 10 rechargeable batteries, I could charge 4 AA's, use them, and then by the time it takes to put those 2 batteries in the camera, I'll have 2 more or 4 more batteries ready to go. Now, yeah, those chargers are kind of expensive. They're like, what, 20, 25 bucks? Well, I got lucky. My friend gave it to me, my first one, and my dog chewed the cord off, and so I didn't use it for a while, even though I had a universal cord. But at a thrift store, I scored on it, and I got it for I think $1.50 with the power adapter. So if you're thinking, oh, a speed charger is too expensive, just take a look at your local thrift store, Goodwill, St. Vinny, Value Village, and you might score on a 10-minute charger, and that is just leaps and bounds over at least the battery that's built in this, because it just did not impress me. So if I was going to give this camera a rating, I would say like a 7.5. I mean, the camera was good, the video was good, the focusing wasn't the best, but the thing that brought it down so much was the battery. It just didn't last that long, and it took longer than I expected to charge. My camcorder I'm using right now, it takes 2 hours to fully charge from dead, and that's a camcorder, and the battery's twice as thick. It's about a year or 2 newer, but still, it's a camcorder. Plus, I can use it while it's charging, unlike this one. So, there's my review. Take what you want from it. And hopefully I can make some money back from it, because I spent $60 on it. I didn't even have it. I didn't even use it for longer than a week, even if 3 days that. So it really sucks. So if I get another camera, I don't think it'll be a Casio. It could be, but I'm definitely not getting another camera. It's only 3 times optical zoom. I'd have to get something that's at least 5 times optical zoom, because I like to, you know, zoom in across a distance and, you know, get good shots from that. So anyways, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and if you have any camera ideas that you think are good, like if you think Nikon's great, tell me which Nikon you think is great, and if I should get it. Which I don't think I'm gonna get a camera anytime soon unless something big comes up. I just get a big chunk of cash. I was thinking about the Canon what was it? Canon 590, I think it is. I can't remember. It was the camera that's it's basically 10 times optical. No, that one isn't very good. There was one at the same place got this one, and they wanted $80 for it, I think, or something like that. And I was thinking about it, but then the more I tried it out, every time you zoom in, it goes bzzz, bzzz, and then it's slow to zoom. It's just not that great of a camera. And if I just wait for the newer one, that's one up from that. I can't remember what it was. It was like Canon S95. I can't remember. I'll put it in the description. But the one afterwards, it has HD recording. It has a bunch more features. However, it's more expensive. But yeah, but that'll be a while. That one had like 10 or 13 times zoom and 12 megapixel. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. My feet hurt. I'm standing on the bunk bed ladder for 20 minutes. Anyways, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and see you next time.